So we're packing up for Fashion Week and I just want to show you what's in the fundamental case. This is the basics of what I generally take out with me. It doesn't matter whether we're doing celebrity, Fashion Week. Obviously if it's Fashion Week, we're taking a lot more kit with us. But I just wanted to take you through what we consider to be the basic kit. So here we have gowns. If we're going to do one kind of celebrity, we'll just take one. If we're looking at doing a number, we'll take one per stylist. Cutting collar, towels, and also capes for protection, just in case we end up doing color. You never know. Over here, what we've got is all of your scissors. So I carry about 6 pairs, new combs. Also within here, all of my standard combs that I'm using, barbers, cutting, and wide tooth comb. So making sure that they're in there where I know that they will always be, come rain, hail or shine. Then we go on to razors, so making sure that we've got a razor or a couple of razors, always spare razor blades, absolute must. When we come onto our pins and our pin box, this is my obsession and joy. So making sure that all of the pins that we have in each colour, making sure that when I go to places that I love, like Paris, and buy my pins, I get these extra fine ones from over there, but they're all packed into little bundles so that I know that a bundle can come out each time and I can use them with the models, making sure that I've got some tiny bands as well as my silver clips. This is where I keep all of the pins and grips and everything that I've used and need to be resorted. So they go into there and then they'll get resorted back into their packs when we come back. Okay, so moving on to our section clips. So in here you'll see we have long, short, and also we've got these clips in here which can go on, and they won't mark the hair. Once the hair is actually finished, I can pin it back so the makeup artist can work and none of the hair is going to get in their way. A whole pack of real clear little bands, they come in super useful as well, so I always keep those separate. Then we've got our standard bulldog clips. You never know when you're going to use those. We normally use them to secure the towel around the shoulders so that actually when the model's sitting, they don't fall off, no towels fall off, and we don't get any kind of slippage from that. So moving on to our packed bags. So I use a number of different bags, you know, just to make sure that all the kit is kept very segmented. So in here, I'm going to have my rechargeable clippers and all of the guards going on into there. Then I will actually, this is my place, everybody has their own, where I actually like to keep all of my section clips as well. So I generally keep all of those in with the clippers there, keeping them out of the way so I know exactly where they are. You'll get to grips with kind of what you like and what your little things are that you like when you're on set and how you like things organised. In here I keep 2 brush bags. So one is for heat retainers. I'll also carry a neck brush in there as well. And then into this one I actually carry all of my bristle brushes. So anything kind of bristle, whether it's, you know, your flat back, your long hair brush, anything like that. And you know, we'll go through kind of the brands that I use and the brands that I like at some other point, but that's my bristles. Moving on to here, I have a whole bag of these lovely little bits and pieces. So from here, these I actually use for sewing through the hair. So if I've got any hair that I want to sew through, I carry these pins and needles. And then also in here I carry these really fine hair nets, so I carry those in every single colour, and kind of bags of them as well. So you never know when you're going to need something like that, and when they're going to come in useful. Also in there I've got a needle and thread, so I always carry needle and thread in like a blonde, brown and black. Never know when you might want to kind of sew a piece of hair in, so that you want to disguise it so that you can't actually see that it's just pulled back off the face. You can use it for that, all sorts of things. So it just keeps your tools open. It's always the time that you don't take it is when you're going to need it. So my philosophy is take it all, and you're always going to be in that place where you can just pop anything out and create anything that somebody wants. Moving on, this is just a small sample of these hair pads that I keep. So keep them in all colours, brown, blonde and black. So this is a little flat one that I can use around into the back of the head or onto the top of the head, just to create a little bit more support and padding over there. I've also got these ones that can be used. So these go really, really big as well. So they get about this big. So if you want to create something more avant-garde or a real structural shape, they also roll out. So sometimes I roll them out and create another shape with them as well. And then they just simply roll back in. So super easy to use. Another thing is hat elastic. So hat elastic is something that we buy in reels, huge reels, and we'll take those with us to Fashion Week, so that we can just literally cut off what we need in a long length, and we use those to secure ponytails or whatever we need best secured, so that we can then just cut them back out. Very easy, in and out using hat elastic. Comes in a white as well. So that's our hat elastic to secure. We've got our bands as well. Moving on over here, what we have is a few little tricks. So we have our kind of standard weft glue. So always tend to carry different lengths and colours of real hair, just in case we need to create a ponytail or a fringe or whatever we need to at any point. Generally, you know, if we're doing something that is pre-planned, we will know exactly what that is, so we'll buy it in. But I just like to carry a certain amount so that we can actually, just if something comes up, I've always got it there. I can always make sure that I can absolutely deliver on every occasion. So, weft glue for the wefts. We also have in here as well some lace wig bonds. So when we're using kind of lace front wigs, we'll use that. The glue and, use the wig bond to actually, you know, then take it out. We've also got, we use some colour in here as well. So we just always use or carry some kind of just real semi-permanent wash in, wash out colour, just in case that we need to kind of delete some highlights in there just for, you know, one wash or whatever it is. Also carrying, you know, coloured sprays as well, like root touch sprays. Always carry those, because you just never know when you might find a head of hair that colour needs doing, but you have no time to do it. Okay, so they go into there, because that's where we keep those. Then the next one that we have here is this one, which is something called guff quat. It goes underneath a wig normally, just to get the little hairs out of the way, and I'll show you at some point how to use all of this, but that's one of my new toys, so that's something that I'm using quite a lot at the moment. Moving on over here, we have just some wet wipes. We've got a tint brush bowl, cotton wool, standard water spray. This one I actually use for, you know, so some people think it's a neck brush, but actually what we use it for is actually to brush across the top of the hair to get all the little tiny bits of hair down and make the finished look really, really polished. So that's super soft, so that's what we use that for. Okay, so as we move over to here, standard electricals, which are your hairdryer and different sets of tongs, different types of barrel, and hair straighteners as well. Also got our diffuser. All your favorite products going into one. Make sure you have enough really light construction products. That's what I would say is my key to that. Keep all the product fairly light, something that you can layer up, but again, we'll go into that at a later date. So I want to talk to you about as well how you're going to pack it up. So when you look into here, what you're going to look at is we've got the heated rollers here, and we've got the clips. Okay. Now I use these segmented bags so that actually it's got a hard base to it. So anything delicate I can put into the hard base in the bottom, and then anything else that is a little bit more substantial that can hold its weight, I put in the top. But I find these really useful because what we find is that, you know, mixing things up becomes a bit of an issue, and also space. But by using these, I can just open it up, open the segments up, and it's very simple and easy and clean to use. So in with those. The other extra in there, of course, is going to be your electricity cable and your block. So making sure that you always have an extension lead, or two, to be honest. And even now, using the ones that actually have the USB, we have big blocks of those that the USB is just going straight in the top. This is the set bag. So basically, the set bag that we can just load up and we can use to carry all of our clips, our products, anything that we want to carry from our station to set, and just keep everything going there. So that's the basics, and that is true basics, and we're going to go through all of these different things, how to use them, when we would use them, and I hope that you find that really useful. I know for me it was a learning curve to find all of this stuff and realise when I was going to use it, but hopefully this gives you a little insight and a little step forward into your session and creative hairstyling.